Hello and welcome to this video. Yay! I have a very tired baby who really wants to have a nap, but she can't at the moment because we're going to Costco. And so we need to get her in a car seat, but her car seat is currently not in the car, so we need to do that first. And the reason we're going to Costco is because we've got to go pick up your cake and your sandwiches, because we've got Eloise's naming ceremony tomorrow. And so that's what this video is going to be. I'm going to see what I can get and what I can film from the weekend, from your naming. Yeah. So, if you've been following along for a long time, you'll know that I was raised a Christian. My dad is a URC minister. Pete, however, is not religious. So we're compromising with a naming ceremony done by my dad, basically. So that's taking place tomorrow, but all the family and stuff are arriving today. And as I said, we've ordered platters of sandwiches and a cake and things from Costco, which we need to go and collect now. But we also got to go and get other things like cups and lemonade and things like that. So that is the plan right now. As always, I'm going to try my best to actually film a video for you. And yeah, I think we might be nearly there, We can nearly go and have a sleep. So yeah, as always, it'll be a mixture of this camera and my phone, but my phone, as always, is really dodgy with the colouring, and I haven't sat down to work out why yet. So yeah, it's a camera. Is that you? So come along, enjoy the video, and let's have a special weekend for you, miss.
Mariah Carey. I always forget that Mariah Carey's got a Vegas residence. I saw stuff on TikTok about it. Mariah Carey, not so much. Had a little cry on stage. We hope she's okay. And of course we hope Mariah Carey's okay.
So we're at Costco. Voila. But I'm going to sit in the car for a bit because she's currently asleep. And pretty much as soon as we move her into her pram, she'll wake up. And that's the first thing we were going to do, is go and get some food, a hot dog. I've sent Pete in so he can go and get them. He can bring it out to the car for me, which means that she can have a slightly longer nap, because she needs one, because she only had like 33 minutes earlier. So if we can get this extended for as long as we possibly can, then that'd be good. So yeah, that's the current thing, is working this out with a nap. Hopefully this goes well, but she seems pretty comfy. We're back from Costco. Adam's arrived.
Hello.
Pete's trying to work out how to fit sandwiches in the fridge.
Tetris. You have to remove some things. Yeah, you don't need to keep anything in the fridge.
There we go. Okay, most of the stuff we bought were for the next 2 days, but there were a few things that weren't.
A little rogue.
Yes. We always go a little rogue, that's the point of Costco.
Future bed.
Oh.
For when you stay.
Cool. Because, you know.
The top of the bed. Not the bed. Mattress topper.
Yes.
You want to see your bedroom?
Well,
this is not
I heard
today.
it's a place to lock me away.
This
Not
is
for today, this is just for
Yeah.
so yeah, we bought the mattress topper for the sofa bed. Because we needed one of those. We also bought some hand soap because we'd run out in the kitchen, so we might as well buy a load. Batteries and the other thing. Everything else was pretty much for the next few days. I mean, obviously we don't actually need 8 bottles of lemonade, but we've got Pimm's, so we'll need some, and we'll just have the rest afterwards. So we have 4 bottles of juice, but I'll probably show you better tomorrow. But this is Eloise's cake. Got some platters in case we wanted to make it fancy. Cups, batteries, standard box of kettle chips. which is really dark because of the sun. And we'll use some tomorrow and then keep the rest. Baby in a table. And then way too many sandwiches and fruit and stuff for Pims. And then we've left some salads, some rolls and some cookies at Pete's office to go with dinner tonight because we are 12 adults, 1 child and a baby, and we wouldn't have fit in our house for that. So we're going to decamp to Pete's office for dinner. So yeah, all in all, worked out well, spent lots of money again. So yeah.
The next day.
A naming ceremony. Now here's the thing. Eloise has already got a name, so what are we doing? I'll tell you what we're not doing today. We're not baptising anybody. Baptism is an outward expression of an inward faith. And so a baby cannot be baptised because a baby doesn't know what they're doing. So you could have gone for a christening, which means that the baby, is being baptised because the family, that mum and dad wanted to have. Adam and Faye are my children, and they've not been baptised. Even though I'm a Christian minister, and that's my full-time job. But they haven't been baptised because I didn't want them, christened, because I didn't want them to have what I believe thrust upon them. It's up to them to decide what they want to do. So what this is an opportunity for friends and family to gather. It's a chance for the parents to be encouraged and surrounded by love. I don't know if you knew that. They've come because they love you. Is that right, Eloise? They come because they love mum and dad. And it's a recognition that something special has happened. Something special has happened. Hasn't it? And I've asked Faye and Pete if they would tell me why they've named Eloise.
So, before we even knew we were pregnant, I made Pete play a game while we were on a walk in the Cotswolds about what would we name our children, which he didn't want to join with. And Eloise was one of the ones I suggested then. Then obviously, about a week later, we found out we were pregnant. And again, I kept trying to engage him in names, and he was like, no, we'll wait till we know what we're having. We'll wait to know the gender. So we find out she's a girl. We find out you're a girl. And then, again, I suggest Eloise. And he likes it, which is always helpful. And it's just the one that sort of stuck. I then did a bit more research because I didn't want a name that was like really common, but I wanted it to be known. I wanted it to have a good meaning, and Eloise means famous warrior or strong warrior, depending on what site you look at. So that's sort of how we did it. We kept trying different names. We did, and they just never seemed to stick. So that's why you're Eloise.
Today we come to affirm the name that Faye and Peter have already given to their child, and in so doing we accept what they have already done and support them in their choice. Are you coming to me? Because I want to say a word of blessing over you. As I say, I've been asked not to be too critical about things, but if you listen carefully, there'll be bits and pieces in there you might recognise. May beauty delight you and happiness uplift you. May wonder fulfill you and love surround you. May your step be ready and steady, your arm be strong. May your heart be peaceful and your word be true. May love seek to learn and learn to live. May you live to love, and may you love to live always.
So editing coming in here. In the bit where we talk about why we named Eloise Eloise, I missed a whole heap of stuff out on the day because I forgot it all. Where I and I like ask Eloise what more was there, that's because I suddenly gone entirely blank of everything everything else that I wanted to share. But as one day she might watch it and she might be interested, Pete said I should film a clip with all the other bits. So that's what I'm doing here, despite the fact that my hair's a mess and I look like a slob. So, what did I miss out? One, my brother sent me a girl's name every day of my pregnancy until like from when we found out that we were having a girl. And about the only normal name that he sent was Eloise, because he was reading the Eloise books where she's in New York and that kind of stuff, which I haven't read yet. And yeah, it was the only normal. I mean, we decided at that point pretty much that we were going to go with Eloise, but it was just weird that that was like the one normal name that he sent. I mean, other things were like Dagmar and weird Inuit names or Eskimo names or just ones that you just wouldn't call your child, except that one. There is also the fact that I got bored at work one day while we were trying to work out what to name the baby and did a BuzzFeed quiz. It told me to name it Eloise, even though, I mean, again, that was one of the things that we'd already thought about, but it just was like serendipity in the fact that that also came up at that point. 3, we'd done a whole heap of research about her full name, which obviously we won't share, which is why some of the editing's a bit, as Pete would say, janky, because my dad kept saying her full name, and obviously we don't want to share her middle name and stuff on the internet, so that's why some of that is. But we Googled her full name to make sure that there were no wrong-uns with it, and it was all intelligent women, largely like university fields on there. Obviously there's going to be others, so that is another reason. Neither Pete nor myself actually know any Eloises, so we don't have any preconceived ideas about an Eloise, which was important because certainly for boys' names, not that we had a boy, so we didn't think about it too long. I mean, I did, but Pete didn't. But everyone that I suggested would be like, oh, I know someone called that, maybe not that, I know someone called that, and it was really difficult. So the fact that neither of us know an Eloise means that we don't have any opinion on it anyway, so that worked. So yeah, those were the sort of additional reasons that I completely forgot during her naming ceremony. So hopefully some of my family members watch this video, because then they will also know some of the other reasons why we named her Eloise, because there were a lot of them. Like, there was a lot of thought that went into that name, less so the middle name, because I didn't actually care if she had a middle name or not, so that was entirely down to Pete. But her actual first name, a lot of thought went into it on my side, so I should have shared all of that as well. Anyway, now back to me closing this video, essentially, so thanks. So it's now several days after Eloise's naming ceremony, which went really well actually, which is good, as you've seen, if it's worked and the sound was alright. My dad did the sort of talky bit, we had cake and sandwiches and stuff, there was mingling, there was a playlist of Eloise songs that I don't know if anyone actually realised about that. They're just all songs that like either I sung to her or there's some sort of meaning as to why they're on that playlist. There wasn't, it's a weird mishmash of songs, but there's a reason behind them all. So we've also had a few days of sort of like family stuff, so it's actually the Tuesday, and I'm now, you know, tidying up, putting things back where they should be and things like that. Back to just me and Eloise and Jeff. Pottering about. The Olympics is finished though, so we've got nothing on the TV at the moment. Well, we do, I've got a vlog on at the moment because I had that in the background while I was doing some stuff. But yeah, we're doing that. So I have no idea how this video actually come out, because it sort of happened and I meant to film things and then I just didn't get the chance, the opportunity. So hopefully it's turned out alright and you've got a sort of flavour as to what it was like for her naming day. Eloise was a diva and did have 2 outfits. The first one was a knitted one, which is actually the dress that myself and my brother wore at our dedications, so it was nice to, you know, carry on the tradition. And she wore the same thing, but it was also kind of warm, and that was a long sleeve knitted thing. So after the talk bit and some pictures, I changed her into her party dress, which she wore when we went down to London as well. I may have added that picture in before, so you may have seen the dress before, but yeah, she ended up wearing that afterwards just because it was cooler. So yeah, that's sort of how the day went. As I said, now I need to just try and get some semblance back to our house. So if you have enjoyed this video, I have no idea how it's turned out because I haven't even started editing it yet, but if you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. Literally when I turn off the camera now, I'm going to turn it back on because we start weaning today, so I'm going to try and bring you along for some of that. We're doing broccoli as a taster for the next vlog that's to come. But for now, this one, I'm going to end it, so thank you very much for watching. Bye!